Hey, what's up, y'all? Good afternoon. Welcome to the Stargell's Rap Sessions. I'm your host, Carlos Stargell. How y'all doing today? I'm all right if y'all all right. Man, it's hot as a basic bug up here in North Carolina. How hot is it is? How hot is it where you are? Like I said, I'm in Burlington, Atlanta, Georgia, South Carolina, all over the South, like Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. How hot is it down there, y'all? Florida? Hell with Florida. I don't mean to say it like that, but I done heard some stories about Florida I'd rather not reveal, but that's where they got to be held accountable for their actions or whatnot. Anyhow, I was watching the news earlier, and they were talking about Trump was indicted and all that. One guy posted on Facebook, indicted, and it feels so good. And I bust out and said, I can't repeat what I said in this comment, but put it like this, he got a good laugh. But I'm not gonna really comment about the indictment of Donald Trump, but all I'm gonna say is this right here. You reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. You can run, but you can't hide. Payback is a mile, like revenge is sweet, and karma's a B-I-B-I-T with spike heels, gasoline draws with the hole in the center. So what you think you can do and get away with, you might not. You might think you getting away with it on earth, but God sees everything. And just to let you know, don't try to outslick God because God watches us. He watches our every move. That's why they always say it is written. Everything that happened is written. So, like I said, whatever whatever Donald Trump did, he's gonna have to answer to the higher power, and he will be held accountable for his actions or whatnot. Well, to be honest with you, nobody. I mean, I can't determine his faith. I mean, I got his fate, and neither can a lot of y'all can't. But he thinks he's above the law. You know what? None of us are above the law. Now, as a couple of people thought that they were, you know where they are now? A lot of them done busted hell wide open because they thought they were above the law. No man is above the law, and not even God's law. So that's why people getting tired, and then the ones who think they're above the law, the so-called ones who are so-called devoted to them, they more afraid of them than loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them that's so devotedly loyal to them, most of them are afraid of them, and that's a known fact. Like I said, all you have to do is just watch, listen, and pray. That's all you got to do. If you sit down and watch and listen, and like I said, because if you listen, you know you won't be missing too much. But if you like a lot of people who think they got everything figured out, think they know everything, and most of them don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Those are the ones that never prosper. Those are the ones who always have buzzle up. And when I mean by buzzle up, let's put it like this: nothing goes right for them. I mean, we'll go like I say, in God's eye and our eyes, you reap what you sow, and that's the honest. Excuse me, y'all, and that's the honest to God truth. Now, that's one reason why I don't like the news. I mean, that's all you gonna hear is news, and the majority of it is not good. I think the only enjoyment we mostly get out of it, the weather and the sports. Well, some of y'all don't like sports. Well, put it like this, put it like this, excuse me, y'all. It's not that y'all don't like, a lot of them don't like sports. That's not their preference. And a lot of them don't, a lot of them are like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like sports because I do like football. I will watch football, but I rather watch college football than pro. But you know, pro is good, but to me, college is a little bit better. Basketball, I used to, but all the bullshit that went down in NBA basketball, I'm not as a, I'm not into it like I used to be. I mean, like I said, I'm still ticked off about that trade. I know. I look before y'all even think about saying that. I know it happened years ago, but guess what? I know about it, but I'm just gonna say this: it's not about the trade. It's about how the trade was done. Now, if you're gonna trade, like I said, trade for equal or a little better equality. Make sure they're make sure they're not all washed up or whatever. Cause look, they traded Dominique for somebody whose knees was washed up. The knees were messed up and they were washed up in a way. And like I'm gonna say it one more time, when they made that trade, they let you know right there, the Atlanta Hawks went from sugar to shit. That's why they haven't won no championship yet. And the Falcons, like I said, you know it's the old saying, you don't mess with God's children. How you gonna give somebody the money for a historical land that's been there for years and centuries, and you gonna put a stadium over it? Oh, guess what? I hate to say this, but that's why karma. That's why it's coming back to bite them in the ass now. Because, like I told you, when I say karma's a bitch, it really is. That's why they haven't. That's why they ain't won a Super Bowl yet. I mean, they went, but they ain't won. But that's why they barely do make the playoffs. And look, they need to redeem themselves as well. Maybe they'll get some respect if they redeem themselves and win the championship. Now the team, I mean, I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna forever love my Atlanta Braves. Win, lose, or draw, through the good, the bad, and the ugly, from the real to the bullshit. I still love my Braves. And people talking about they don't like baseball now because there's not enough blacks. Well, that is true. But I will say this: those Hispanics get down. Now I don't care about all that race. I don't care about all that, like, because there's no blacks on the team or whatever. I don't care about all that. All I care about is they bring Atlanta, Georgia, a championship. Really, you should. That's another thing. A lot of stuff they worry about don't really need to be worried about. That goes for football, basketball, baseball, or whatever. Be more concerned about winning championships, and titles, and honor, prestige, and respect, and all that. I mean, come on. I mean, that's the problem, especially here in the USA, United Snakes in America. Worry about everything but the right thing or what need to be worried about. And like I told you, we need to stop believing cosigning bullshit is a necessity, because it's not. I mean, that's why they got to think. That's why it should be more easier with technology, internet, social media, or whatnot. Because a lot of people find that more easier. But back in the day, I'm just gonna say it, we did it the hard way. We wrote ours down. like when we wanted something done, we wrote it on paper, or we made a phone call. And this was before the cellular phones. We had landline phones, and you remember we had 7 digits, and if you add three more, that was long distance, and you had to pay. And there's a lot of people used to run people's phone bills up, and that's how a lot of people burned bridges. That's how a lot of them got their ass whooped, got killed or whatnot, got murdered because of bullshit like that. But now it's more easier now to be. Now that's one thing I can give a cell phone credit what credit is due. I mean, they have come a long, long way. They have. But it's funny though how I got my cell phone back. My first Metro phone back in 2004. I was just getting it for three reasons: talking, call waiting, and checking my voicemail. Now texting, a certain person showed me how to text. Which I call the basic, and that was a good thing. But all the rest of the stuff that I had to learn on the cellular phone, guess what? I had to when after I learned the texting, everything else just came natural. I mean, I hate to say this, but God bless that person who taught me how to work the text messages. They're no longer here with us on earth, so God bless them anyway. But like I said, technology in the cell phone has gotten a whole lot better. I mean, like videos and music downloads, song downloads, or whatnot. I mean, that's a good thing these phones today. Like I'm doing YouTube live now. I could do it on my laptop, but this is coming straight from my phone. And guess what? I like it like that. For real. Every now and then I do it from the laptop if I feel like it. But I really like it from a phone because it's a lot more simple. I mean, it's simple, but it's gonna get better. Oh yeah, too. And while I'm thinking about it, now like I said, I do have live one on one with Carlos. That's my podcast show. So like I said, getting back before I get back to what I was saying. Now, if you really wanna or would like to join live, just let me know. Let me know in advance, hours in advance, a day or hours in advance. You can, if you have my phone number, you can just send me your email address. Now, if you don't have my number, you can send your email address and your phone number. Send it to my Facebook page, my main one I always use, to my messenger, Carlos Stargell, the last. That's the main one I answer to. And if you're not my Facebook friend, and you can send me your email address and your phone number, carlosstargell05 at gmail.com. That's my email address. You can send that to. But anyway, like I was saying, there's a lot of stuff going on. Just like the wildfires up in Canada. I saw it went through Buffalo, New York, Boston, all the New England areas, New York City. As the Texans will say, New York City. Howdy, partners. And then got some in Philly, got smoked, New Jersey, Philadelphia. I mean, the fumes, New Jersey, Philadelphia, I believe Baltimore and DC too. And then Lord, I hope to God, I know it's gonna make it into Virginia. And from what I know, it already stank there. Yes, do stink in Richmond, Virginia. Yes, I know. I mean, I'm not trying to talk down. I'm not trying to talk bad or down about Richmond, Virginia, but it stank up there. And like Philadelphia, it stank up there. But it's cool. But it stank up there. And all like New Jersey. especially in New York. From what I was told up there, especially in Newark and close to New York City, it stank up there. I guess because it's around a lot of water. Around a lot of water, they got rats. They got rats that'll whoop your ass. I already heard stories about the rats in Central Park. A friend of mine told me that their parents went. Well, I ain't gonna say she my friend because I can't stand the bitch now. But I won't say. But I wouldn't talk bad about her on him. But what I'm saying though, she said her parents went to Central Park and the rats jacked them for their Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh shit! I see. Me personally, I would have had to have a pistol on hand. Dad, them motherfuckers would come out there and try to take my food. I'll blow every last one of them to smithereens. And I don't miss. You ain't finna fuck with my food. I don't pay. After I paid my hard earned money for that shit, you ain't gonna mess with my food. Damn right you ain't. Get your head, get blow from here to Hateville. Try me if you want to. Yeah, yeah, rats too. Anybody. I don't care who you are. Shoot, you touch my food, you might get blown away. Get your fingers. If you're lucky, you might get your fingers sliced off. Yeah, but I would never want to go through the resort to doing that. But I'll do it. I'll do it. But I give you warning. Don't touch my food. You won't have to worry about me acting the food. That go for anybody. And the rats up in Central Park too. Like they can understand what the hell I'm saying. But anyway, like I was saying, then they get back what I was saying. It's just, then I was watching Trump trying to override the indictment. Like I said, that man is not above the law. Man, come on. You can't, you want, you wanted, you wanted, you wanted to be the president so you can have power. But guess what? You might have been the president, but guess what? You better be glad that your ass didn't go to jail as soon as you did. For real. I'm not trying to talk bad about the man, of the country that people used to love. I'm talking about the man of the country now who people actually despise now. But at the same time, too, I'm still not gonna talk bad about the bro. I'm still, well, hell, what can come on now. If I say something, it's gonna be the truth. I'm not gonna put him down. This is gonna be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the quintessential truth. That man effed up this country so bad that you saw a whole lot of people's real cells come out of their skin, and you saw that you already got some who are great pretenders, but guess what? That's the ones when I always say you can run but you can't hide. Cause guess what? What's in the dark always come to light, and what you're trying to hide, you like I said, they can run, you can run, but you can't hide. Now that's a fact. That's the fact. Like I said, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the quintessential truth. But get back to, okay, like now back to reality. Now, I'm just gonna say this one more time. It's hot as a motherfucker up here in Burleson, North Carolina. And like I said, from them fumes, those from the smoke coming from Canada, it kind of makes it a whole lot hotter too. And those who have respiratory problems or bad illnesses or whatnot, it's best to stay in the house. And it's also best too if you have the only way you get out is if you have to, but make sure you have a ride or something. But in Atlanta, Georgia, one thing I can say, a lot of people tell us if we don't have to, we don't have to get out. Well, guess what? The one thing I say about Atlanta, Georgia, I thank God for the bus and rail system. Yeah, even though they slow as hell, at least they clean. At least they don't smell. At least they don't smell funky on that 9 yards of chitlins, onions, and sardines on the side. That's funky. Now, all that. Ew. I mean, but one thing I can say too, you got some every now and then, you might have some foods get on that martyr bus, but most of the time, they have themselves together. They know how to I can say one thing about the martyr drivers. I don't see a lot of them defend themselves. I don't see one had to really fight somebody, but guess what? I was also the same passenger who, if it wasn't for me, they probably would have fired that man. But I thank God I was there to help him save his job because he was always nice to me. He was nice to everybody. I don't know what it was that night, but somebody must have said or did something that really scratched him the wrong way. He just snapped, and I had to run and pull him off the guy because that bus driver about to kill him. But like I said, me and another fellow driver, I'm not gonna mention his name, but God rest his soul. Thank God for I told him thank God for us because he actually he also let us know too that he really appreciated us for being there for him during that time of need. And I told him, hey, that's what we do. That's what friends are for. And like I said, and then formed a little brotherhood. His little brotherhood came along, so that was real. That was real good. That was right on. That was right on. Right on. But both of them are no longer with us on earth. God bless them both. But like I said, that's one thing about a lot of the old MARTA drivers. A lot of them I knew. A lot of them retired, and a lot of them retired or either died. Yeah, the ones that retired, some of them still alive. Some of them, some of them are no longer with us. God bless. But had some good times with them. I always had fun moments. I even found out I had cousins that drove for MARTA. That was a good thing. Yes, Lord. Then I found I had a little cousin who drove for MARTA. Now that blew my mind. And it was so cool. And I let him know because he didn't know who I was at first. When he told me who his dad was, and I said, you know I'm your cousin, boy. And then when we got to the station, before we got to the station, I said, I'm gonna give you a hug when I get to the station. He was like solid. Yeah. And that, you know what? And that's a beautiful thing, especially when you see relatives you heard about them, but you ain't never seen them or met them. But when you meet them, it's a beautiful. And a lot of times, it's a beautiful thing because ain't nothing like family. Even the ones you have your beef with, but you know they still family regardless. But like I said, they always talk about. But I always say this right here: you got to be careful how you treat one another because you never know who you might need. And that is true though. I've been told that many times before, but I was told by the ones who don't practice what they preach. But it's all good now because guess what? They doing it now. A lot of them doing it now, especially our people. That's one thing I tell people. Don't tell nobody a damn thing unless you practice what you preach. And there's a lot of them that'll tell you a whole lot of stuff and try to give you advice. Don't even follow their own. And people like that just need to sit down and shut the hell up. That's all I got to say. And then, like I said, the so-called Jack leg. Forgive me for saying this because I do respect the men and women of God, but there's a whole lot of people I can say they act like the Jack leg Jubilee. They so saint. A lot of them so sanctified till they not satisfied. But like I said, yeah, who are we to judge? Come on now. They who yet not seen cast the first stone. Well, guess what? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that have seen. There's a lot of them got fired rocks, and they say they ain't throw one. The reason why they ain't throw them yet because a lot of them will miss. A lot of them wouldn't even throw. A lot of them be so flat that they'll miss the target. But like I said, we don't live in glass houses, so we all need to stop throwing stones because we are no better than no. We are no better than none. None of us are no better than each other on this earth. Now you got some who think they all high and mighty and think they all perfect. Well, guess what? Nobody's perfect. At least be. You know what? At least be cordial and at least have some class and try to at least try to be right. At least try to remain righteous and stay humble. Quit trying to act like you perfect. Quit trying to be something and somebody you ain't, and don't try to act more than who and what you are. Just be yourself. Cause guess what? At the end of the day, nobody can be you but you. Well, you know what? My time is about to be cut short. It's about to be cut short in a minute. But before I go, give a shout out to CC Sierra Parsons. Happy birthday, baby. But I'm just gonna say this right here. Hopefully, after the 6 o'clock rush hour, if God permit, I will be back with Stargell's rap sessions. Now, before I leave out of here, I do have one-on-one live with Carlos, and I'm not begging. I'm not. All I can do is ask. If you seriously like to go live, and if you have my phone number, just send me your email address. If you don't, and look, if you my whether you my Facebook friend or not, if you like to go live on Facebook, send me your email address and your phone number or both to my main page, Carlos Stargell the last, because that's what I normally use. That's the account I use the most. That's my main. Or you can send your email address and your phone number to my email, carlosstargell05 at gmail.com. But look, y'all, I'm about to split. But hopefully, like I said, it's God's willing. I will return after the 6 o'clock rush hour between the hours of 6:30, 7:30. But until then, God bless you. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, two fingers. I'm out here like last year. And I'll see y'all whenever. Talk to y'all later. Peace.